Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Pole Day qualifying to see who will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway race number 6 of the second season of the Black Mesa Truck Series. I know what y'all are thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, Bulls. I thought we were supposed to be racing at IRP tonight for the Black Mesa Truck Series. We were supposed to be racing at IRP. The issue was when I went to try to do the race, it kept wrecking every 5 laps. And when we went back to green, another 5. Yeah, and I really didn't want that. So instead, we have the Black Mesa Truck Series drivers here at the Brickyard. That hopefully could be more of an enjoyable race than having to deal with a wreck fest at IRP. We still will have our race weekend here at Indianapolis, nevertheless. So hope you guys are okay with this little change. Of course, we're still racing at Indianapolis, so it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. The only difference is the Black Mesa Truck Series drivers are here with the Winston Cup Series drivers. Because remember, we had Winston Cup practices yesterday. They had qualifying and happy hour or actually, no, they're going to have happy hour on Saturday, which is like a 60-minute session instead of like a 45-minute session. So, of course, we will go green tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our sixth race of the season. So I really do apologize for the schedule change, but hopefully everybody is okay with the change. We're still racing at Indianapolis, nevertheless. I'll just make that edit change in the Discord, which actually I've done that as of this recording, so I will make a little note. And if I end up derping in the race, I'm going to forewarn you, this is being recorded at almost 2 a.m. So please bear with me. And of course, I didn't sleep well last night due to jet lag, so wasn't a really good sleep schedule, if you ask me. But Carmen Alejandro sets a 53.047, which that has been beaten. Ethan Orman in the 1 minute second. That's because that's his get up to speed lap. So he's already started his first official timed lap. David Heller. There's Dave James, Matt Boyle, Michael Brown. Of course, we got a double header with the truck races this weekend. There's Chloe Erickson, Callie Burke. She is on her second race of 3 of probation. Excuse me, Jesse Art. She's going to be heading across town to race at IRP. They already did qualifying for the Craftsman Truck Series for their playoff race tomorrow. We're having qualifying on Thursday. Our Indianapolis race will be on Friday. Jesse Art, by the way, the fastest driver in this session. Futaba Sakura in the 5, second quickest for the Japanese driver. There's Bora Park, Derek Green, there's Jacob Foster, Ingrid Pollard. Ingrid was recently eliminated from making it into the playoffs. Cody Smart, this is a good test race for him, getting him prepared for Sunday's elimination race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Winston Cup Series. Cody Smart, the points leader in this series. Cody is also 31 points above the playoff cut line coming into the Yard of Bricks. Luke Knight, who was recently eliminated from the playoffs in the Winston Cup Series. There's Ellie Rose, Shane Lake, Mark Games, Brian James, Summit Oskin, Molly Laurel. Summit Oskin will be going truck racing next season. There's Sophia Woodward, Sarah Thomas, Evelyn Gray, Dylan Ibrahimian, Ben Erickson, Was eliminated from making it in the playoffs. He had a win, but wasn't high enough to have his win count for a playoff berth. But getting some extra laps, getting him prepared for Sunday's elimination race here at this track, Indianapolis. Dylan James, Sean Art. Sean was also recently eliminated from the playoffs. Skylar Taylor, Kiefer Quimby, Maria Steiner, Carlos Rodriguez. He's another one of several drivers who's been shelling back and forth between IRP and here at the big track. Carmel Alejandro, Anna Steiner, Tatiana Guerra, Nathan Orman, Mohammed Zain, Eric Sadler, Santi Messi, Helga Gunnarsson, Christian Williams, Daniel Gitteroth, David Heller, there's Q-Man, Dave James, Matt Boyle, Michael Brown, another one of those drivers who's been going back and forth between this track and IRP. There's Callie Burke, Jesse Art. Right now, the 34 is the fastest. That's Eric Sadler, 51.183 on the Love's RV Stops Dark Horse F or no, Dark F-150 or F Series rather. The Ford F Series, Dark whatever. You know what I mean. Ben Erickson, 36th in points coming into this weekend's race. Of course, they ran last weekend. Sean Art, 27th in points. Luke Knight, 21st in points. Those are the drivers who are currently not in the playoffs, so they're looking to try to get a victory here on Sunday. Q-Man just goes to the top of the timesheets, 51.028 for the Norm Benning Racing Chevrolet number 6. That is a pretty good lap for Q-Man. That is a blistering lap for Quentin Moore. Everybody else is like in the 52s. He's in the 51.0, almost in the 52nd bracket. Quentin not in the Winston Cup Series. He will be in the Busch Series next season. A lot of drivers have come to pit road. Tatiana Guerra, Carlos Rodriguez. There's Maria Steiner. Steiner's going to be in the Truck Series next season. There's Ingrid Pollard, Sophia Woodward. Jesse Art, by the way, in the 33. Should spotlight her now. There she is. Jesse Art goes into IRP across town, 9 points below the playoff cut line, entering our second race of the first round. Their first elimination race is next week. So Jesse needs a good run tomorrow night, or she could find herself heading into Pocono Raceway in a must-win situation. Of course, Jesse drives the Hooters Ford F Series over in the Craftsman Truck Series. As I said, she's already had a busy day, along with Ingrid Pollard, Michael Brown, Carlos Rodriguez, that are racing in the Craftsman Truck Series. Because they are already finished for the day. They had the two practice sessions yesterday morning. They had qualifying today. Or actually, no, they had the two practice sessions qualifying today. And of course, Jesse just got back here to the Brickyard for, or actually, no, they qualified later tonight. I'm sorry. See, this is what happens when jet lag has really screwed up my brain, okay? But yeah, so Again, they've had two practice sessions. They had qualifying at IRP, so they're all done for the weekend, the Craftsman Truck Series drivers. Now, Jesse qualifying here for the Black Mesa Truck Series. She will be here. She will be having the night here at Indianapolis along with these other drivers. And after tomorrow afternoon's race, Cody Smart and some of the drivers that are racing here in the Winston Cup Series, they won't be back on track until Saturday, which is crazy. All the other drivers will be already gone, so they're going to be here all weekend. And of course, we wish Cody Smart and the 39 other Winston Cup Series drivers. By the way, the Winston Cup Series are just watching this Truck Series qualifying session, as they're going to learn from watching this race to help them out for their elimination race on Sunday. Remember, when the checker flag waves, 4 drivers are going to get eliminated here at Indy. So we can officially say the Indianapolis weekend has begun. But it's nice that the Black Mesa Truck Series drivers have joined up with the Winston Cup Series drivers. Of course, they've already chat with the Craftsman Trucks and the Busch drivers over at IRP, so they're going to go watch the races at IRP, then head back home. Quentin Moore, I don't think anyone's going to beat his lap time. That was a good lap time by the 6. Santi Messi on the outside of the front row. Gitterot David Heller will be row number 2. Eric Sadler, Jesse Art, row 3. Remember, Jesse Art's getting ready to run a short track later this weekend, of course, tomorrow. Of course, Jesse will be in the Busch Series next season because of the fact that she made the playoffs. As a matter of fact, all of the drivers that are in the Craftsman Truck Series that made the playoffs automatically move up to the Busch Series for next season. All of the playoff drivers. All the playoff drivers in the Busch Series already have a spot in the Winston Cup Series for next season. And while this qualifying session is winding down, do want to remind everybody, if you still want to sign up for Season 2 of the Craftsman Trucks of the Busch Series, don't forget the sign-up video is in the WRA Discord. The link is down in the description below. As Quentin Moore doesn't improve. I think that's going to be a very hard lap to beat for Quentin. So Quentin Moore looks like he will start on the pole for tomorrow afternoon's race. And I bet pit stops are going to play a factor in this race. By the way, there's no, of course, the Black Mesa Truck Series, the only race here at Indianapolis this weekend, because remember, the Winston Cup Series, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Winston Cup qualifying will be in the morning, as they will set their grid for Sunday. Of course, that's the only on-track activity for Winston Cup tomorrow. Remember, both of their practice sessions were today. And then final practice will be Saturday morning. And then they will be done for the day. And then probably all of them will head across town to go watch the IRP race for the Busch Series. Looking forward to a fun race here tomorrow afternoon. So we're down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That is it. Red and black flags are out, means this session is done. And Quentin Moore will start on the pole, looks like, for tomorrow afternoon's race here at the Brickyard. So all those drivers that are going to be in the Winston Cup race on Sunday, this is a good little session to see what your truck is going to be like, getting you ready for the elimination race on Sunday. As here is your starting lineup for the race. Looks like Quentin Moore will start on the pole, be alongside of Santi Messi. These laps are not going to count. Daniel Gitteroth, David Heller will make up row 2. Row 3, Eric Sadler, Jesse Art, Christian Williams, Helga Gunnarsson. Row 4, Nathan Orman, Kiefer Quimby will make up the top 10 in row number 5. As that is it for qualifying here at Indianapolis. You take a look at the rest of the qualifying results. Sean Art starting in 20th. Good laps for him as he gets ready for the Winston Cup Series race here tomorrow afternoon. A lot of drivers not going to start at the front of the field. They're going to basically start near the rear of the field. Ben Erickson, not a good qualifying for him, but at least he got some track time. That's going to help him because he will be on track tomorrow morning as we get ready, as we'll have Winston Cup qualifying. Of course, that will be not aired, by the way. And then Dylan James, Dave James complete the field as they couldn't get out of the 51-second range as far as the high 8s and the 9s, but we talked about Brian James, needed to improve qualifying. Well, this is not going to be good. But again, Indianapolis, it's a drafting track. Pitch strategy is going to play a factor. I really think this is going to be a very good race. Cody Smart going to be mid-pack. So a few drivers that are taking part in Sunday's race, this is a good little test to get them ready for Sunday afternoon's race here today. But congratulations to Quentin Moore on his first pole of the year. Hope you enjoyed this qualifying session. Again, I apologize if we're not doing IRP due to the fact that they like to wreck left and right, but that's besides the point. If you guys enjoyed this qualifying session, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown you your starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then later that night, we'll go truck racing at IRP to continue our race weekend here at Indianapolis. The Busch race on Saturday night, the Winston Cup race right here at the Brickyard on Sunday. And remember, when the checker flag waves for the Cup cars, 4 drivers will see their championship hopes come to an end. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, I've been Dana Volos. Thank you for joining me and saying good night from Indianapolis. We will talk to you tomorrow. You've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.